Hey, I'm Daniel Biss. I have the honor of serving as mayor of Evanston and Democratic committee person here at DPOE, and I'm a candidate for Congress to fill Jan Schakowsky's extraordinary shoes, and for state central committee person to rebuild the Democratic Party of Illinois in the values that have always driven our community. So I want to say a number of things about this. First of all, just the situation we're in. We are in an emergency. The core values of our country, of our party, and of this community are being torn apart by Donald Trump, by his administration, by the attacks, by the brutality, by the violence, by the racism, by the kidnappings. We're in an emergency moment. Jan has served us unbelievably well. We have been so fortunate for the last number of decades. I've woken up every morning and felt like, thank God, Jan Schakowsky is representing us in Congress. I'm so honored to have her endorsement in this race. And I'm so committed to following in her footsteps of really holding two thoughts in mind at once. Number one, we need strong, fearless fighters in Congress doing the legislative work. And two, we need political fighters organizing in the district, being in the streets, putting their bodies on the line. Because I bring experience in those two areas, I believe I'm the right person for this moment. So, a few things. Number one, I'm proud of the work that we've done in Evanston resisting Donald Trump. For example, being at the front line, the tip of the spear opposing ICE, creating ICE-free zones, passing strong welcoming city ordinance, shutting off our license plate reader cameras because we just didn't trust the vendor not to share that data with federal immigration enforcement officials. And when ICE is in town, and we get a 911 call, a police supervisor goes on the scene. And for example, in that awful incident that happened at Asbury and Oakton on Halloween, they did an accident report. They got driver's licenses. And now the names of those thugs are in the newspaper, and that's the first step toward accountability. We've got to bring that approach to Washington, that fearlessness, that creativity, that unwillingness to pause or flinch when we're fighting for fundamental rights. I think the Congress that I hopefully join next year is going to have to impeach Donald Trump. But it doesn't end there. We have to hold all of these people accountable, whether through impeachment or investigation, whether through legislation. That includes executive branch officials and judicial officials. We need to end the madness, and we need real accountability. We can't just only be fighting back. We have to be fighting for something real, both because that's what the country needs, and frankly, because that's what the Democratic Party needs to come out of the crater that we were in the 2024 election, where we did lose a lot of working class people. So let me say a little bit about that. Number one, my priorities: climate, economic security, and taking on corruption. I think that's where we've got to focus our efforts as a country. But number two, I want to say a word about the economy because I think the Democratic Party's kind of missed the boat here, right? We are in a time of real economic insecurity. We are in a time where there are people across the country who just cannot afford housing, cannot afford childcare, and therefore can't afford to start a family, cannot afford healthcare, college, retirement. I'm not just talking about the poorest 5 or 10%. I'm talking about half the country, 2/3 of the country. It's broken, and people know it's broken, and Democrats need to have an answer for this. I'm proud of the work I've done in Evanston, for example, pushing forward guaranteed income programs, not once but twice, because I think driving cash into the hands of people in greatest need is an important part of the formula, but it's not the whole formula. I'm proud of the work we've done on affordable housing to make Evanston attainable to the broadly diverse mosaic of the full socioeconomic picture of our country that makes Evanston Evanston. On the national level, we ought to just tell the truth and say, listen, for 2 generations, corporations have consolidated. They've become more powerful, near monopolies. Workers have weakened as labor unions have shrunk. And basically, we've seen the balance of power turn dramatically from workers to corporations, from consumers to corporations. It's time to shift that balance back by breaking up the biggest corporations, taxing the wealthy and large corporations, and re-empowering a newly revitalized labor movement built for the 21st century economy. I'm proud to be endorsed by the AFL-CIO. I'm proud to be endorsed by Senator Elizabeth Warren as well as Jan Schakowsky. These are institutions and people at the front lines of building a new economy that actually works for us, not just the very wealthy. That's what Evanston believes in. That's what DPOE fights for. It's why I'm here to ask for your endorsement for Congress and State Central Committee. I am so excited to keep on working together and fighting to build the society that we all deserve.